I'm Sienna. I'm 27 and I have periodic paralysis.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with periodic paralysis probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I've had muscle weakness since I was a kid. I remember the first time I was playing soccer. I loved playing soccer when I was a kid. And it was like a cold Michigan morning having to play soccer outside, and my legs would get heavy and I'd have to go sit on the sideline. And I was like, it was normal, I was like, every kid has to go sit down. This is why kids go sit on the sideline. It's because their legs get heavy, No, that's not why kids go sit on the sideline. It's just kind of been with me my whole life. And then as I got older, it just kind of progressed and got worse, and I had more attacks and more weakness, and my potassium has always been low. Every year when I'd go to the doctors for blood checks, it would get lower and lower, and they'd put me on more potassium, and I went from taking it 1 time a day to 5 times a day, and 1 pill to 5 pills, and now potassium rules my life. I had a phone call with Linda, and we talked for about probably over an hour, and she told me right away that I needed to see Dr. Jerath. She said that our personalities were just going to match, and that we were going to get along so well, and that she was going to help me leaps and bounds and help manage my periodic paralysis and just change my world and flip it upside down.
Sienna is a very special case. She was one of my patients whom I met virtually, and Sienna is special because she is very difficult. She's challenging. And the reason why she's challenging is she's had so many medical conditions that were diagnosed in the past. She's had very long history of a past medical history, and she has a long list of allergies, for instance, and her medication list is quite huge. So she has quite a bit of issues, and now she has, on top of her very complicated medical history, she's unable to walk. So she's coming to see me to figure out why and how to get better.
I have a diaphragm pacemaker because my brain does not tell me to breathe. It is not because of my periodic paralysis. It's because my hypothalamus doesn't tell me to breathe. This is my diaphragm pacemaker. It goes with me everywhere I go. It's attached to me. It plugs into my stomach like a computer jack. It literally looks like a computer jack. It plugs right in, and it's attached. It looks like a cell phone. It breathes for me 14 times a minute every minute. I say it's like an electrical metronome. It electrocutes me 14 times every single minute. It makes my diaphragm move, and it makes me breathe. They have found diaphragm muscle weakness, which could be from my PP. I have narcolepsy with cataplexy. I have mast cell activation syndrome. I have ROHAD, which I always get the letters wrong, but it stands for rapid onset obesity, hypothalamic dysfunction, hypoventilation, and autonomic dysfunction. We've always been trying to figure out why somebody like me has so many different conditions. That's the big money question. If you can answer that, my doctors will love you forever. I think Keveyis changed my life. Before Keveyis, I was having so many problems with muscle weakness, with absorption, with my digestion, and then after Keveyis, I was actually digesting my food, absorbing my pills, and my muscle weakness was much better. I was in physical therapy, and it helped me make huge strides. What I was doing actually made a difference. Before, the workouts I was doing, they didn't matter. I could have not done them, and it had the same outcome.
When I came here to this clinic, I wanted everyone to be treated like family. I want to make sure my patients are cared for just as I would care for my family members. And I want to give them the same compassion, love, care, as well as knowledge about the diagnosis. They can call me, they can text me. Then we work together to find a diagnosis and to actually find the best treatment plan. So I've read through a lot of your records and went through all those details. And one of the things I was thinking about to get started was to figure out what bothers you the most.
I think what's been bothering me most is my muscle weakness.
You said that your muscle weakness started last year. There was an event or incident.
Yeah.
I've been very detail-oriented in trying to figure out why she's been having all her difficulties, going through her records, going through her history, as well as figuring out how to titrate her medication so she can walk again. We've been increasing her potassium. We also have been increasing her medication like Keveyis to see if that will improve her condition. The one thing we also did as a big intervention was started her on physical therapy, which I think is going to give her a big hope to walk again. One of the passions, again, is for me to help you find your diagnosis, and we'll do anything to help you find that. That means if you climb the highest mountain, move heaven and earth, or fly to the moon, whatever it takes, is we're gonna try to help you find it. Oh, that makes me.
I just want to give you a hug.
Oh, you can always give me a hug. Oh, anytime. We're gonna really work hard. You've been through a lot, haven't you?
It's nice to have a doctor that knows more than me about periodic paralysis. That's life-changing. I don't have to tell Dr. Jerath. She tells me. That's great. I think like so many patients can relate to that. We have to tell the doctors, and for once I had a doctor telling me, and I was like, wow, this is great. I think what she's done a lot is she's listened. She's listened to my story, she's listened to my history, she's listened to what others done, and she's listened to what others haven't done. And she's listened to how others work together and how she can work with my other doctors. There's so many of them, and she'll call them up. She tries to work as a team so that we can make me better. She puts me first as the patient. I think what doctors do need to do differently is that it really does come down to listening. Diagnosis times won't be 23 years, but if somebody would have asked, why is this little girl sitting down in the middle of a soccer game? That's not necessary. Why does she have a hard time playing out in the snow if she loves the snow? Like, why is her potassium low? If anybody would have cared that my potassium was low, or just taken an interest in it, then it wouldn't have taken all those years. Everybody deserves a chance encounter. I think everybody deserves the health care that I've gotten in my periodic paralysis journey. I share my life on social media, and it's called Chronically Persevering on Facebook and Instagram. I started to share about my service dog to help my friends and family understand why I have a service dog, and now I do it because my story is able to help and impact lots of other people and help them have a diagnosis and get the help they need to. I just did a Instagram Live with the Periodic Paralysis Association for Rare Disease Day, and we had people there who had never heard about it before. We had people there who thought they might have it. We had one person who had never heard about it, and by the end of it, they're like, I think I might have this. What doctor do I need to go see? So it always just brings me so much joy to help other people get the help they need. Everything's always changing. There's always a new frontier, I think, with periodic paralysis.
If you would like to know more about periodic paralysis, visit periodicparalysis.org. And if you enjoyed this video and want more, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos. It really does help spread the word. You can view other videos about periodic paralysis by clicking the thumbnails to the right. If you have questions, just leave a comment below or reach out to us on social media. We'd love to hear from you.